Welcome back. We're saluting local authors this week in honor of the Jax Book Fest happening tomorrow at the Jacksonville Main Library. Author Richard Preston's book, Serenity Granted, was inspired by his own recovery from alcoholism, a journey he says started when he was only 6. One of the most frequently asked questions he faces is, how can I write a book of my own? Here with some answers for us is author Richard Preston. Welcome.
Thanks for having me today.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys again.
It's good to be seen and not viewed.
And that's what they say.
Right. So
what they
your
say.
journey inspired your own book. What do you think it is that inspires most people to write a book? To get that spark like, I should do this.
You know, about 81% of the people think that they have a book inside of them.
Because I know I do.
And truly they do. Some people think it's cool, but most of all, I think that people have something to say. And they think that they can say it better than the previous author that wrote about it. That was sort of why I wrote my book as well.
And you know, at the Jax Book Fest, you're going to get the chance to share your story and also inspire other authors. And you have some advice, you have some tips
I
for
do.
people that are thinking about trying to get published.
That's right. Now, anyone can write a book. Typically, when we think of an author, we think of Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, George Orwell, but we have some accomplished authors right here in Northeast Florida. The genres range anywhere from spiritual down to inspirational. I've had a chance to meet several of these, dozens of them, and the one thing, the common denominator that we all have is a passion for what we're writing about. So passion is the first thing that I think you need to
You know,
write
I
this
know
book.
a lot of people that has written books, spiritual, girlfriends books, guides to whatever, but a lot of them do not make it, they're not successful. Why is it so hard for authors to get their books out there and make big money like Danielle Steele, yes.
Because there's about 80,000 books that are published each year. So it is a market that is flooded. And what I have found, and I think what a lot of other authors find, is marketing is a big part of getting your book out there. My book is self-published, and the average self-published book only sells about 275 copies.
How do you self-publish? Like, how do you do that?
You self-publish by going online first. I hired a publicist. Her name is Sonia Newbill, and she was wonderful. She had helped authors get published before. She had done numerous books. And she sat me down, and she sort of gave me a blueprint of what I needed to do to get started to write my book.
And now let me ask you this too. You begin with the end in mind when you write a book. You outline the whole story before you sit down. Is that how, that is what every successful author has told me they do.
That's
Did you
exactly
do the same
right.
thing?
Typically, your idea is vague. So then you take that vague, or that general idea, and you break it down into subcomponents. And then you focus in on them, keep writing, lo and behold, you'll have a book.
What would you say is the full time from start to finish to successfully publishing a book?
Well, that all depends on your work schedule, if you work at all. Nelson Mandela wrote a book while he was in prison.
Well, he ain't had nothing else to do.
That's true.
He had a lot of
27
time.
years
You
of
wrote
writing.
10 books.
That's some free
He had a
time.
lot of time.
27 years. I think I'll write another page today.
I was working about 50 hours a week when I wrote my book, so it did take me about 3.5 years.
Did you get up early in the morning?
I did.
That's what most really good authors do. They carve out that hour in the morning.
The time is quiet.
Yes.
Your mind is fresh, and I would pen, you know, sometimes a couple of sentences, sometimes a paragraph. But the key, once again, was persistence and perseverance.
Could you write it in a month? Sorry. Could you write it in a month? Like, is that too short? Does it need to be years and years?
Well, Brenda Jackson is going to be at the Jax Book Fest, and she writes like 17 books a year.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
she's written. She holds the
I need
record.
to meet her.
That's right.
She's published more novels than any African American in history.
And there you have
That's
it.
crazy.
And she lives here in Jacksonville.
Yes.
So did she inspire you? Some other really successful local authors?
Yeah, we have 3 local authors that really inspired me. Emerson Perry, he shares the same publishing company that I do. And Emerson writes about love and romance.
There's a lot to say about that.
You got that right. And his book is called A Wave's Desire. Monica Knighton, she writes children's books. And her books is all designed to increase children's critical thinking. Her book is called The Next Time I Will Obey. And then I met this nice gentleman, his name is Darren Lee, and he is a veteran of law enforcement. And he writes about near-death experiences.
Oh, wow.
And his book is entitled Put Up, Shut Up, and never give up.
That's good.
Nice.
Is his autobiographical, or is it more like kind of writes as a character that's close to him but not actually him?
It's right to a character that's close to him, but not actually.
Very nice.
That's
Now,
pretty
another one of your tips you say is you have to be careful with selecting a publisher. That's almost like a celebrity selecting a manager. Because if you select the wrong one, it's do or die.
That's exactly
They make
right.
a huge difference in your career.
That's exactly right. And what I found through the help of my publicist is there are several different self-publishing companies that offer a myriad of things. So she outlined to me all the different publishing companies and actually gave me the pros and the cons of each one.
Wow.
The a la carte services, the cost, a big one, the
Yes.
fees and royalties
Yes.
that you're going to get on the book.
Yeah.
Is it ebook available? So all these things played into my decision.